Jeudi, c'est 23 décembre 2024. Mesdames et messieurs, mes gros points au cap dominé actualité mois décembre ça, ou du moins année 2024 ça, pas décidé aller pour compte li, il décidé aller avec un pile monde. C'est le cas dans le pays Brésil, il y a un avion qui crase, il y a un petit 10 moun qui perdu la vie, et il y a 17 autres moun qui rive blessé extrêmement grave. Plus de détails pour venir comment avion ça lui-même l'écrasé. Dans quelle direction, dans quelle ville, dans quelle zone, l'île écrasé, cela c'est dans le pays Brésil. Une femme qui t'a dormi, donc dans station de train, dans métro, dans New York, rive perdu la ville, à cause d'un individu, yo pari, yo poko vraiment bay non li, ça mettait du feu sous dame lan tout vivant pendant que lui-même l'a dormi. Mesdames et messieurs, bagay yo très difficile pendant n'a parlé là. Donc, nous avons Donald Trump qui nommé Cathy Miller qui sont anciennes collaboratrices entreprise pour comme dans le comité qui est le Doge là, qui est dirigé par Elon Musk. Doge, c'est le département ça qui va régler affaire efficacité gouvernement Donald Trump là. Donald Trump continue à faire des choix. Il fait choix de ancien fonctionnaire trésor comme principal économiste dans l'administration. C'est là. Il choisit également un envoyé pour l'Amérique latine non, précédemment qui était révoqué dans le poste à cause de mauvaise conduite. Monsieur a gagné. Il a fait connaître monsieur ça. Il a gagné une relation intime avec un moun dans l'équipe Lyon, monsieur relais Mauricio Claver ou bien Claver Keron, c'est lui-même Donald Trump choisi comme envoyé spécial dans l'Amérique latine. Trump estime que il est capable de quitter TikTok dans le pays États-Unis pour un petit temps. Ça veut dire qu'il y a une chance pour TikTok et même fait quelques mois, quelques années encore dans le pays États-Unis parce que Donald Trump fait connaître les jeunes plusieurs billions de views sur TikTok. Dans raison ça, il demande pour TikTok ta font tirer toujours dans le pays les États-Unis. Nous avons Trump qui nommé Bo Hines dans le conseil présidentiel sous sa relais actif numérique et puis gros cause qui a dominé l'actualité matin. Donald Trump li ba yon aperçu de deuxième mandat il fait un pile gros déclaration. Dans déclaration ça yo, Donald Trump certifié, il voulait prendre canal Panama, il demandé pour Panama ta remettre le canal là sans brise sans compte, au compte de sans brise sans compte, sans poser aucune question, c'est ça. Monsieur dit, yon bagay qui fait gouvernement Panama lui-même, lui déjà prend la parole pour dénoncer vieux slogan ça. Mesdames et messieurs, puis fois moi je dit Panama, moi dit Canada, par contre ça passe du tout, mais si on m'a dit Canada, m'a parlé de canal, pas inquiéto, c'est canal Panama et pays Panama, yo ba raison qui cause prix bien yo monté, ça veut dire tarif yo monté dans région, c'est parce que yo même yo mettez en pile l'argent pour yo cabre construire canal là, élargir canal là, etc. et pour yo charger bateau qui passer dans zone nord. C'est à cause des dépenses, yo même yo gain pour yo faire maintenance, yo gain pour yo faire, c'est raison ça fait yo augmenter prix yo. Donald Trump t'a semblé mener nous dans et 15e siècle encore côté que nous gain les colonisateurs qui marché coloniser pays monde. N'a quitté entendre un bel extrait dans discours si là Donald Trump lui-même l'était présenté. Mesdames et messieurs, point sur avec un pilote, nous allons détailler non information matin. Bon, salut d'abord. Bonjour, bonsoir tous les amis. Comment nous y est? Moi, espérons en forme. Si nous avons regardé vidéo, ça nous l'a toujours. Et nous dit papa bon Dieu qui est renoncé là. Gros merci qui fait un cadeau. Un jour en plus. Non pas, c'est MPH. Zami mieux les MP, ma belle Hélène MPP. L'autre boule qui est toujours à chercher. Yo non pour yo bon moi. C'est tout un plaisir matin pour me passer, pour me fournir non. Information soit à peine venu, moi encourage pour abonner. Abonner à pas difficile, gardez sous bord droit ou après un bouton qui marque subscribe. Cliquez sur le bouton ça. Lorsque vous cliquez sur lui là pour une cloche notification, cliquez sur cloche là, retirez le sous personnalisé, mettez le sous tout comme ça. À chaque fois, moi monte vidéo ou joindre notification. Et puis please pas oublier la un like en bas vidéo ça. Mesdames et messieurs, avant toute bagaille, moi salue nous et moi dis nous merci beaucoup, mesdames et messieurs, du fait que hier, en plus de nous, t'es félicité, t'es souhaité moi un happy birthday. So, merci, ça t'est allé dans fond cœur pour une quantité de monde qui t'est cœur de journée sans moyen. Donc, hier, sur Facebook, sur tout côté, sur toute plateforme, en plus les amis qui t'a célébré ensemble avec nous, tout côté vidéo, t'es une chance pour te arriver. Donc, gros merci. Eh bien, on a continué et moi-même, je compte commencer pour me dire non, joyeux Noël, eh bien, et Merry Christmas à tout le monde qui a célébré Christmas dans l'Amérique, dans le Canal, la France, Haïti, Brésil, Chili, Saint-Domingue et mon Bahamas, moi, salut nous toutes, moi salue nous, moi salue ti monsieur yo qui dans pays Égypte également, qui toujours la Turquie, moi salue tout le monde la France et tout le monde l'Espagne qui toujours branché moi, mais qui ton like en bas vidéo, moi salue tout le monde San Pedro de Macorís, tout le monde qui a de moi dans et Santo Domingo Este. Moi salue nous toutes matin, un gros merci à tout le monde qui a dans centre là, monde qui Santiago également qui toujours a supporté travail moi. Yon gros coquin chaîne merci et puis joyeux Noël. Zami Haïti qui va célébrer Noël. En tout cas, papa bon Dieu qu'on toute bagaille, moi souhaite un jour nous reprendre contrôle pays ça bac encore. Faut que moi dis non certainement ça fait moins en pile mal pour moi que Haïti et toute tradition semblait passer mode à cause tout simplement un problème de sécurité. Peuple n'a pas qu'à célébrer Noël, yo pas gen nouvel an. Donc nous vraiment à vivre une vie mesquin, mesdames et messieurs. Donc on nous rentre dans détail information nous pour matin, j'aimerais annoncer nous dans pays Brésil, bagay yo pas facile du tout. C'est de temps en temps, autant de un incident, plus précisément accident avion qui a tombé sous tête caille dans le pays Brésil. Yo côté nous connaissons vraiment une surpopulation, population très élevée. Mais mesdames et messieurs, dans la période m'a parlé là, non seconde m'a parlé là, il y a 10 moun hier qui vivaient perdu l'avion. Un petit avion qui t'a volé dans le pays Brésil, qui t'a conduit par Metli, et un petit avion l'arrivée et chuté et puis tombé à terre. Tombé à terre. Jean Cababouel, yon ti avion écrasé et sous un bâtiment série de cailles. Donc ti avion touye 10 moun qui étaient là-dedans, 17 autres moun qui étaient à terre, et bien 17 autres moun sont eux-mêmes yo écrasé. Son ti avion privé qui a transporté 10 moun qui tombé écrasé hier dimanche là dans ville touristique dans le sud Brésil et qui a frappé avec une série de bâtiments pendant l'absurde tombé dans le ciel là, il va blesser 17 l'autre monde. D'après ça, autorité eux-mêmes, ils ont déclaré, les autorités dans l'état Rio Grande do Sul, dans le sud pays Brésil, côté accidenté fait là, ont déclaré 10 monde qui mourent. C'est 10 monde qui étaient trouvés en dedans avion, mesdames et messieurs, tout de suite après avion lui-même, il était fin décoller. Donc, nous souhaitons exprimer solidarité nous avec famille passagers avion qui malheureusement pas arrivé sauvé d'après sa gouverneur dans l'état Eduardo Leite, lui-même l'état fait connaître leur chute avion, mesdames et messieurs. Donc, avion a frappé avec un cheminée, un immeuble dans le deuxième étage, ok? Donc, pendant l'avion lui-même l'a volé, l'a frappé dans cheminée, donc un immeuble dans le deuxième étage et dans yon caille avant lui-même il a écrasé son magasin côté avant meuble et gen morceau zèle toute qualité morceau débris avion qui était volé dans différents côtés qui t'a frappé moun. Environ 17 moun qui étaient sous la terre, mais 17 moun sont arrivés blessés. La plupart dans moun sa yo, mesdames et messieurs, t'es bien acclafmé. Ça veut dire yo te prend du feu t'es tombé sous yo. Donc pendant l'avion lui-même il était écrasé. L'avion ça, il était écrasé à Gramado à 9h15, quelques minutes seulement après avion lui-même il était décollé. Pour qui mon avion ça a été, son avion qui était pour un monsieur qui est Luis Claudio Salgueiro Galazi, qui sont un homme d'affaires très riche dans le pays Brésil, selon autorité yo. Ça semble moun qui mourit dans l'avion ça, c'est moun qui était accompagné monsieur Luis Claudio Salgueiro. Mesdames et messieurs, donc lui-même tout lui arrivé mourir avec tout le monde qui était accompagné. Donc un gouverneur qui déclare que conditions vol dans la région hier dimanche là pas bon du tout. parce que te gen pile la pluie qui tape tombé dans zone si là. Donc mais pas clair pour connaître est-ce que météo gen un rapport avec accident avion ça qui fait dans pays Brésil. Donc un centre brésilien enquête sur accident aérien qui le CENIPA, yo même yo déclaré qu'il a analysé dégâts yo sous site côté avion, lui même li tête tombé yo. Média local yo montré en pile image avec en pile la fumée et morceau avion dans zone côté accident, lui même li te fait la ville avion ça lui même Kraze sont villes qui sont destination populaire côté en pile touristes aller et spécialement dans période fête là. Donc c'est une zone qui toujours gagne en pile la pluie a tomber la donne, yo dit dans mois de mai. Donc seulement il était frappé par la pluie en pile gros la pluie qui te provoqué une pire inondation dans l'histoire moderne pays Brésil qui te fait environ 100 morts et qui te submergé presque tout état. Si toutefois tu as fait nouvelle dans le mois de mai, tu as entendu en pile la pluie qui te tombé dans la zone si là et la coupe Brésil t'est arrivé inondé. Président Luis Inácio da Silva li exprimer condoléances li à victime yo sur réseaux sociaux yo et également promettre pour yo capable faire une enquête également sous dossier ça. Dans moun qui blessé ou gen qui blessé extrêmement grave selon information moun sa yo ta doit porter dans l'hôpital Brasilia qui c'est capitale pays. Donc paix à leur âme, ça veut dire 10 moun qui était ouais 21 décembre qui ouais 22 y a pas fini ouais 22 net malheureusement qui pas privé ouais fête Noël là. Mesdames et messieurs, mois de décembre son mois toujours grand pile monde mourir la donne. Là pour qu'on connaît exactement pourquoi est-ce que nèg qui plus spirituel yo ka monter explication mais son mois toujours grand pile monde perdu la vie yo la donne. Donc ou même moi déclarer la vie sur vous, vle pas vle faut qu'on vive pour capter témoigner la gloire de Dieu. C'est le cas de l'autre malheureuse pour diable dans la rue qui pas côté pour le dormir, qui dormi dans la rue à son chaise, eh bien, yon l'autre même qui marché dans la rue, par l'autre bagaille pour le faire, c'est prendre briquet et puis mesdames et messieurs, mettez du feu sous dame dans tout vivant. Mais vagabond qui fait action, c'est mal pour grâce à qui rive fait action si là, li rive mettre du feu sous malheureuse là pas sorti la vie sauve du tout. Mesdames et messieurs, le boulet et la police était arrivé sous place. Malheureusement, il était trop tard, il était obligé et bien enterrer dame non. Et femme ça, il pas révélé identité, il était assassiné immobile à bord d'un ram métro, donc métro F à l'arrêt à la station de métro Coney Island dans Sulwell Avenue dans Brooklyn vers 7h30 dans matin. Lorsqu'on est connu, lui-même t'est rapproché d'amnan et sans problème et puis il râle briquet et puis il met du feu sur rad d'amnan. D'après ça, la police dans New York, lui-même, il a indiqué, la police déclaré qu'il n'y a pas aucune interaction avant l'attaque là. Ça veut dire, dame ça, avec monsieur, il n'y a pas de monde qui reconnaît du tout. Là, on a posé la police question, est-ce qu'il y a une possibilité qu'on rencontré avant? La police dit non. Donc, l'homme, monsieur, il était descendu dans la machine lorsque les policiers ont patrouillé dans la station principale là, sous incendie. Donc, c'est ça, c'était un monde qui était debout à l'intérieur d'un wagon intérieur englouti par les flammes. D'après ça, commissaire de police dans New York, Jessica Tish, lui-même, lui a fait connaître une vidéo qui était prise par téléphone et portable, il a été publié sur les réseaux sociaux et par un spectateur horrifié. Et il montre un homme qui était chita son banc, donc sur les quais à quelques pas de la femme à feu, vêtue de soie et puis un capuche dans tête li gris qui te semblait avec suspect là. Donc la police est arrivée, mettez main sous monsieur ça. Yo t'a dit c'est monsieur qui a les briquets dans poche li et mettait du feu sous dame. Qui moun lié n'a suivre évolution situation et nous capoter plus de détails pour vous dans une autre vidéo. Donald Trump continue à faire nomination yo, moun li aimé, moun li adoré, moun li trouvé qui a fait du bien dans programme nan. Pas oublier n'a continuer dire Trump pas fait choix sur base capacité intellectuelle moun yo. Ça c'est jodia capable et nèg corrompu dans pays d'Haïti qui a plaidé choisi moun qui sans connaissance, sans expérience, maintenant pouvoir yo prend ça exactement bon côté républicain yo. C'est là que Donald Trump a fait choix pour des moun maintenant des gros rangs et moun yo pas aucun certificat, pas aucun diplôme, yo pas rien qui est avec diplomatie, mais Donald Trump météo parce que yo te kon diriger bien business yo, diriger bien organisation, diriger bien administration. De là étant pour Donald Trump, c'est meilleur monde qui est capable d'occuper un poste pareil. Donald Trump est nommé Cathy Miller qui sont anciennes collaboratrices de l'entreprise dans le comité Doge qui est dirigé par Elon Musk. Mesdames et messieurs, voilà Madame Cathy Miller. Madame Cathy Miller qui travaille déjà dans l'ancienne administration Donald Trump là, ça nous capable de faire comme résumé, nous capable Donald Trump et c'est même gouvernement qui est là déjà, c'est même lui reporter encore. Ça veut dire qui ça? Ça veut dire si le peuple choisit Donald Trump pour changement et puis il a rejeté Donald Trump en 2020, m'a demandé contre changement si toutefois Donald Trump vient avec tout ancien monde qui te fait partie des cabinets de administration liyo. Selon Donald Trump, dans le premier mandat, il bien travail, c'est le peuple américain qui est aveugle. Son message clair livré par le peuple américain pour dire c'est nous-mêmes qui sommes aveugles, nous pas clair. M'a tourné avec même administration, ça veut dire même ça me fait déjà, c'est lui-même m'a fait. Et nous tous connaissons ça très bien. Si vous continuez à faire même ça, on fait là toujours pas où même résultat. Madame Cathy Miller, c'est lui-même président Trump lui nommé mais pour le servir dans qui était servi dans première administration Trump là, lui c'est épouse un nouveau chef cabinet mais Donald Trump Stephen Miller comme un premier membre conseil consultatif qui a dirigé par allié milliardaire Elon Musk avec Vivek Ramaswamy. Donc, qui visait réduire drastiquement les dépenses publiques et réguler en série de règlements fédéraux et effectifs fédéraux également. Et Madame Miller, c'est Madame Stephen Miller, qui s'est conseiller désigné par Donald Trump pour s'annoncer sécurité intérieure. C'est lui-même qui prend le joint département de l'efficacité gouvernementale. Ça ne les doge que Donald Trump a peine créé. Donc, c'est le premier membre qui va joindre équipe ça. Pas oublier moun sa yo, yo pas besoin bien approuvé par Sénat pour yo faire travail yo, son petit équipe à côté. Donald Trump lui-même lui met en place qui a une mission bien déterminée, réduire budget l'État, réduire dépenses l'État, pas quitter l'État, lui-même dépenses en pile comme ça dit fait le plus efficace. Cathy Miller bientôt pour le jeune Doge, ils sont fidèles partisans et de travail moins depuis de nombreuses années et puis ils prennent porter expérience professionnelle dans government efficiency. D'après ça, Donald Trump posté sur les réseaux sociaux yo. Et nous avons Elon Musk avec Ramaswamy, il a récemment dévoilé projet pour supprimer des dizaines de règlements fédéraux qui est élaboré parce que yo considéré comme des bureaucraties antidémocratiques et irresponsables. Mais yo poko annoncé et moun qui fait partie de Doge là. Moise déclaré que yo voulait réduire nombre agences fédérales de 400 à 99. C'est-à-dire au lieu de 400 bureaux fédéraux, agences fédérales, disons, donc Elon Musk lui souhaitait retirer plus que 300 dans 400 pour quitter à 99. Cathy Miller, il était servi dans la première administration de Donald Trump là, en tant qu'attaché de presse adjointe du ministère de la Sécurité intérieure. Elle était attaché de presse ancien vice-président n'a pas de Mike Pence. Il est actuellement porte-parole équipe transition des secrétaires à la santé et aux services sociaux désigné par Donald Trump, Robert Kennedy Jr. Donc, nous continuons toujours avec mon Donald Trump choisi pour capable faire partie de l'administration. Monsieur a choisi un ancien fonctionnaire trésor comme principal économiste. N'a parlé de Steven Miran qui pourrait servir qui était servi pour le premier mandat Donald Trump là et qui travaille désormais dans un fonds spéculatif. Donc, lui-même qui était accusé, administration Biden de manipulation des marchés, mesdames et messieurs. Donc, c'est M. Trump le choisi. Steve li pral travaille avec reste équipe économique là pour le cap créer un grand boom économique qui pral au profit de tout Américain. D'après ça, Donald Trump lui-même le choisi. Et conseil économique, yo son groupe expert qui a opéré historiquement au sein de la Maison Blanche. Conseillers économiques. Donc, l'envers des conseillers économiques, ce sont des gens qui ont veillé sur le gouvernement, qui ont veillé sur le marché, qui ont veillé sur le développement économique et qui peuvent dire au gouvernement, mais ça ne doit faire, mais ça ne pas doit faire. Ça veut dire, moun sa sont institutions qui déjà là et Donald Trump vient créer une autre institution, le government efficiency. Mesdames et messieurs, government efficiency, c'est juste une politique Donald Trump utilisée pour le cas. Même si Elon Musk se dit l'homme le plus intelligent, mais moun qui plus intelligent le Donald Trump. Premièrement, li bay Elon Musk un poste qui pas officiel, ça veut dire yo pas reconnaître Elon Musk officiellement, yon poste Elon Musk pas carré les moun dans la justice pour lui. Donc, li vle créer un bagay Lage Elon Musk yon côté. Et non seulement ça, c'est pas un poste qui dans l'administration, son poste qui dehors, son poste qui gagne dans tout le pays. C'est wap contrôler efficiency gouvernement, c'est pas un dans Maison Blanche wap yé. Ça veut dire ou dehors. Premièrement, le mettre Elon Musk dehors. Et deuxièmement, son poste qui pas durer longtemps, son poste qui est éphémère. Donc, ça veut dire, mesdames et messieurs, intelligence Donald Trump là, c'est dit pas capable de moi rien pour ça Mos fait pour moi mais m'a mettre Mos là tant qu'on fantôme. Donc son institution qui existait déjà, donc conseil économique yo, donc c'est moun so cap gérer, ce sont des experts en économique historiquement qui toujours dans la Maison Blanche cap fourni président des conseils sous politique économique nationale et internationale. OK, rôle miran pral joyal nécessité confirmation Sénat lui-même. Ça veut dire tout rôle spécial important yo nécessité confirmation Sénat. Même Elon Musk on paquet agence fédérale li dit pral éliminer, li pas ka éliminer sans confirmation Sénat. Tout bagay ça c'est pas l'empile qu'a fait. On dirait que Donald Trump li paraît vraiment smart. Trump continue à choisir moun, li choisi un envoyé spécial pour Amérique latine non, mesdames et messieurs, yon moun qui te déjà gagné yon mauvais CV déjà. Monsieur a relé Klike, c'est une nèg qui a travaillé dans yon administration déjà bon journal là, côté que M. Trump déclaré monsieur comme yon moun qui pral responsable Amérique latine comme yon émissaire, comme yon envoyé spécial, mais que on jamais dit li gon mauvais CV. Donc qui te servi dans l'administration pendant le premier mandat dans maison de 2017-2021 et l'a aidé à résoudre problème migration avec trafic de drogue. D'après ça, Trump fait connaître et monsieur ça yo connaît déjà dans la région, yo connaît dans la région déjà et l'a placé intérêt des États-Unis en premier. Klaver c'est un nèg qui était licencié en 2022 dans le poste directeur de la Banque interaméricaine. Monsieur c'était directeur de la Banque interaméricaine. Lui c'était premier américain qui occupait poste ça, directeur de la Banque interaméricaine. Mais tu as rencontré que monsieur te gagné relation intime avec membre équipe client. De là étant, yo te voyé monsieur aller. Ça veut dire que ça, même équipe monde qui gagne ti gros par la circuler sous yo, donc coucher femme dans administration. So, monsieur, et c'est lui-même qui va le représenter les États-Unis dans l'Amérique latine là, ça veut dire depuis cette accusation femme ou gen soudo ou welcome dans l'équipe Donald Trump là. C'est ou gen doit gen l'autre accusation yo pas prend, mais si c'est tout petit femme yo do kon target ti femme primitive femme bay ça yo Donald Trump lui-même il a un problème avec ça du tout. Donc c'est comme ça lié, les qu'on choisit on est comme Donald Trump ou mettez le président au pays, on est qui une bonne accusation harcèlement toute qualité bagaille sous doli, laisse ça c'est lourd mettez comme président au pays, c'est gens de histoire ça qui a toujours rivé dans pays. Et yon nèg yo accusé avec 34 chefs d'accusation criminels. Donc c'est lui même ou choisi dit c'est le remet pour venir président. C'est normal pour joindre gens de résultats si la majorité moun qui fait partie de l'institution ça yo ta gen gens d'accusation harcèlement sexuel ça yo sous dos yo mesdames et messieurs. Donc Jean Conilles tel père tel fils so si tête de l'eau sale en bas de l'eau les mêmes li pas ka propre. Donald Trump li mandé pour TikTok ta font tirer li estime que TikTok te capable font tirer toujours dans pays ya. Est-ce qu'on attend de ça?
Ever for a Republican candidate who won by 36 points with young people, that never happens. A Republican loses by 36 or 40. So I'm going to have to start thinking about TikTok. I think we're going to have to start thinking. Because, you know, we did go on TikTok, and we had a great response with billions of views, billions and billions of views. They brought me a chart, and it was a record, and it was so beautiful to see. And as I looked at it, I said, we got to keep this sucker around a little while, you know.
Ok, donc Donald Trump, Jean Santadel, et monsieur dit, l'état de bail TikTok une deuxième chance parce qu'elle était sous TikTok et puis les joindre TikTok lui-même, lui était fait des millions de views, il était porté record dans Bali, donc pas oublier que TikTok, monsieur TikTok, yo allé directement dans Mar-a-Lago la caille Donald Trump pour aller demander Trump, est-ce qu'elle a un coup de main parce que 19 janvier qu'a vini là, TikTok t'a dû éliminer donc dans le pays États-Unis. Donc, il y a un pile monde qui utilise TikTok, malheureusement, pour qu'à générer revenus. Moun sa ou pour qu'à perdre emploi le 19 janvier, qu'a venu là, il y a plus de 170 millions Américains qui ont utilisé TikTok. Et l'en réalisé ça, c'est ça TikTok qui est comme preuve pour dire que ça sont violations liées à droit moun yo gen pour exprimer yo. Si toutefois on t'a campé TikTok dans le pays États-Unis, pour qui ça gouvernement américain voulait camper TikTok, c'est parce qu'il réalisait sécurité pays li en danger si toutefois la Chine gagne accès avec toute information ça yo à des Américains yo. Donc la Chine a interféré bien rapide dans l'affaire États-Unis, yo mandé pour yo capable retirer TikTok. Donc comment le bralier si toutefois TikTok veut perdre du bataille là. Donc à partir de 19 janvier, ou pas capable download TikTok parce que tout côté pour ta download TikTok yo, y a obligé et bien bloquer TikTok. Ou même qui gagne sous téléphone nous, ou a continuer capable ouais ti bagay sous lui, mais pas yo update sous lui jusqu'à ce qu'elle vini obsolète. À partir de moment là, il y a pile l'autre application qui entamé et yon initiative pour capable remplacer TikTok, donc capable Clapper font travail qui est quasiment similaire avec TikTok là. Même Jean Clapper vini comme un concurrent TikTok, nous avons l'autre plateforme qui vini comme un concurrent Facebook. Pour ça, Facebook a fait moun qui a créé contenu avec lui passé. Nous avons Facebook un concurrent parce que puisque c'est seul lui même qui sous marché dans Jean Liéa, franchement, les pensées sont trop grondées. Trump toujours a fait choix, il fait choix de Bo Hines dans le conseil présidentiel sur les actifs numériques. Président éliant Donald Trump, il a annoncé ça hier dimanche là. L'a nommé Bo Hines qui s'était précédemment présenté comme représentant district North Carolina dans le Congrès, dans le directeur exécutif, conseil présidentiel, conseiller pour les actifs numériques qu'a présidé par nouveau sa crypto-monnaie David Sachs. Donc David Sachs, donc pour le travail avec Bo Hines, donc comme eh bien moun qui peut gérer san relais et actifs numériques dans le pays. Là, nous arrivons dans élément qui plus important qui t'est passé hier côté Donald Trump lui-même, il a fait gros bout maman déclaration qui t'a porté au 15e siècle d'après Jean Donald Trump paléant. Mesdames et messieurs, voilà, et mes président Donald Trump qui t'a offert vision triomphale victoire et électorale dans Phoenix hier dimanche là. Hier dimanche là, c'était gros causé et côté président Donald Trump et d'après New York Times, li fait un pile fausse déclaration sur immigration, frontière, li critiquer initiative en faveur diversité. Donc, il évoquait pour le prendre canal du Panama dans discours de 90 minutes. Président Elian Donald Trump, mais ça le dit. Donc, hier dimanche, je vais quitter autant mais pour même qui pas parler anglais, qui pas comprendre tout ça le dit, bon, ouais, résumé avec, dans discours ça, dans conférence conservatrice qui fait dans Phoenix, Donald Trump te présenté une vision triomphale de victoire électorale li, côté que il te décrit adversaire libéral yo comme déconcerté. Monsieur li promet yon âge d'or, yon l'autre nouvel âge d'or, eh bien en Amérique, ça veut dire vivre l'âge d'or d'Amérique pendant 4 ans là. Monsieur dit il pral mettre fin à occupation le 20 janvier cap vini là. Depuis même juin, il pral signer en pile décret depuis dans premier jour la vini. C'est ça il te dit eh bien dans turning point. Discours président Elian te mélangé avec des fausses affirmations, des auto-éloges, des attaques féroces contre adversaires. Donc, avec des promesses sous façon dont retour dans le pouvoir, pour changer le pays, les États-Unis pour de bon. Donc, comme c'est habituel, Trump te consacré plus gros parti dans le temps là sous immigration, sous frontière, il te répété sans preuve que l'autre pays yo te vin vide moun fou, moun tête pas bon yo, moun criminel yo dans pays. Mais ça il dit le premier jour qu'elle vient, l'a signé une série de décrets historiques qui pourraient viser premièrement fermer frontière là, d'après ça, il déclaré, même jour ça, l'a lancé la plus grande déportation de l'histoire des États-Unis. Comme de nombreux discours, Donald Trump n'est pas très détaillé. Il n'a pas précisé qui moun li t'a pral déporté yo, mais il te promet li désigner cartel mexicain de la drogue là, li relè moun sa yo. Donc si monsieur non connaît yo toujours ap goumen compte nan Moyen-Orient yo. Et discours ça, il te gagné là-dedans un retour dans le passé pour Donald Trump qui te prononce son discours similaire à Phoenix juillet 2015. C'est quasiment même bagaille là, il tiré sous les démocrates, il tiré sous Biden, sous Kamala Harris, il fait qu'on ait gagné tout cet état yo, il gagne battle Guaon, il gagne Sénat, il gagne des chambres des députés, il gagne toute bagaille nette. D'après ça, monsieur li exprimé, li fait éloge tête li te dansé tout. Mesdames et messieurs, président Elian li te reprend à plusieurs reprises moun qui soi-disant yo c'est Transjan yo. Ça c'est une plus grosse déclaration qui choque une communauté jodia dans les États-Unis d'Amérique, communauté Transjan levé tête en bas parce que Donald Trump dit à partir de 20 janvier dans le pays États-Unis il connaît bien deux sexes. Donc Tati Mendel comme ou dit ou convertir mieux pour pas tout non quoi parce qu'on prend bois calé. Mais si on fait connaître que à partir de 20 janvier, il y a deux sexes dans les États-Unis, il y a sexe masculin, il y a sexe féminin. Yon moun pa ka en contrôle pour dire par contre qui sexe lié. Donc là on pas protégé par la loi parce que Donald Trump déclaré à partir de 20 janvier, tout le monde qui pense au gon l'autre sexe ou yo, lui même li connaît gen deux sexes. Ou bien un garçon sous gen ti bagay long nan, ou bien une femme sous pote ti bagay plate là dans devant. Ça dépend de ça ou pote ou pral di ki moun ou ye. Ça c'est déclaration Donald Trump lui-même li fait. Donald Trump déclaré Canal Panama. Donc y a prendre parce que c'est pas pour raison ça Panama te gen canal là, il fait connaître ce canal par Panama pour le gérer. Etc. Mais Panama lui-même, il prend canal là, il mal utilisé, il taxe bateau États-Unis au cher, un paquet de causes, Panama gen tandi. Donc ça pas passer comme ça. Yo dit yo même yo signé papier yo, ça nan men son bagay légal, c'est pour Panama lié. Donc Donald Trump dérespecté yo, un paquet de causes qu'a parlé mesdames et messieurs, t'assemblée relation Panama avec les États-Unis, li pape même Jean Lteye sous Donald Trump là, nan jou ça jusqu'à ce que Panama lui-même te mette l'en croix pour immigrants pas traverser, li ta bay pays États-Unis ti coup de main. avec Donald Trump, bagay yo genyen pour yo plus compliqué que Jean yo te compliqué ya. Donc, m'gal kite n'tande yon extrait, et m'bonon un peu dans ça Donald Trump dit, mais m'gal kite n'tande yon extrait, dans toute déclaration, Donald Trump lui-même, li te fait yo. Pendant ce temps, mesdames et messieurs, m'a encouragé pour quitter yon like en bas vidéo ça, m'a encouragé pour partager dans toutes les réseaux sociaux, m'a encouragé inviter l'autre amis à partir de demain si Dieu veut inviter les amis ou tout m'a poser question et ou même qui répondent question yo c'est comme ça ou capable ba moi yon numéro on nous gagne en Haïti pour nous capable voyer eh bien cadeau à Bali. Oui, c'est mon Haïti n'a pas cadeau à connaît tout le monde besoin cadeau mais c'est mon Haïti n'a pas cadeau à partir de demain si Dieu veut. Donc tant de vidéos, tant de toutes pour tant de questions me poser à chercher réponse là et puis bon réponse là. Premier monde qui bon réponse là cadeau à pour lui et puis gaz collé. On entend de Donald Trump bien rapide pour nous mettre un fin à rubrique information pour matin.
And we have to take care of ourselves. We have to protect ourselves. And we have to make our country great. We just can't keep doing what we're doing. Especially when these wars never had to start. They never had to start. We will rebuild our once great cities, including our capital in Washington, D.C., making them safe, clean, and beautiful again, and we'll do it quickly. We'll teach our children to love our country, to honor our history, and to always respect our great American flag. We will get critical race theory and transgender insanity the hell out of our schools, and we're going to get it out of our schools very fast. I will defend religious liberty, I will restore free speech, and I will defend the right to keep and bear arms. And after years of building up foreign nations, defending foreign borders, and protecting foreign lands, we are finally going to build up our country, defend our borders, and protect our citizens. We're going to protect our citizens. And we will stop illegal immigration once and for all. It's going to stop. You're not going to have an invasion of our country any longer. That will stop in just a few very short weeks. We will not be occupied. We will not be overrun. We will not be conquered. We will be a free and proud nation again, a nation led by competent people, a nation that we can be proud of. We're going to be so proud of our nation. We already are. It's already happened. Remember what I said. There's new light all over the world, not just here. All over the world. Everyone will prosper. Every family will thrive, and every day will be filled with opportunity and hope, and will be filled with a thing called the American dream. You can have the American dream back. Nice to win the election. That's very nice to win. And I want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas. They don't say that too much anymore. We say it. And when I had all that smoke backstage, I said, hey, are there any steps in front of me? I don't want to go down. I go down, that would not be good. We don't want to do that, nice and slow. But I just want to thank you. What a beautiful production this is. What a great job the whole group does. And it's been amazing. Turning Point's been amazing. It's really been tremendous numbers of American patriots. It's really been great. And you saw what happened last month, and we had Turning Point's grassroots army. It's an army. They turned out to vote, and they voted in record numbers, and everybody else voted in record numbers too, I have to tell you. And we did something that was really epic. We won a battle that a lot of people thought was very hard to win, you know, too big to rig. Remember what I said, too big to rig. We're making too big to rig. We're going to win. And it really was one of the great political victories in the history of our country, and that's good. They said one of the very big radical left newspapers said the most consequential election in the last 129 years. And I said, couldn't they have made it a little bit longer than that? You know, 129 years, but that's pretty good. But we won. Oh, it's so nice. We won the popular vote by a lot, by millions and millions. And I used to hear the first one, we won and we did great. And they always would say, well, he didn't win the popular vote. He won the electoral college. You know, they'd say that low. But we actually did very well then, but we did really well the second time. And this time we said, to hell with it. We got to just blow them away. And that's what we did. We blew them away. So we won all 7 swing states. Remember they were saying, well, you know, we did very well in early voting, so we didn't have to win too much because we were way ahead. But they said, well, he only has to win 2, but we won all 7. Can you believe it, huh? We won all 7. And we carried the great state of Arizona, something not easy for a Republican to do, but it was easy for us to do. And we had more than a 6-point landslide. That's called the landslide here. And not only did we reclaim the White House, we also took back the U.S. Senate. And we won the largest popular vote majority for House Republicans in a presidential year since 1928. That's a pretty good thing. And I want to express my tremendous gratitude to Charlie Kirk. He's really an amazing guy. Amazing guy. And his whole staff for their relentless efforts to achieve this very historic victory. It's such a great honor. It's not my victory, it's your victory. It's a great honor, man. We worked hard on this. We knew bad things happened in 2020, and if I didn't know that we won in 2020, I wouldn't have done this because it would have been like the ultimate poll, right? But we won by a lot, and this time we said, "Look, now we got to really win by." And we won by so much. They just, you know, they threw all their placards. They wanted to protest. They were all set, and at about 9 o'clock. They said, man, this guy's killing us. They threw the placards. They went home, and we had no riots. We had no anything. It was a beautiful thing to watch. They just said, we lost. And we want to try bringing everybody together. We're going to try. We're going to really give it a shot. The thing that brings people together is victory. It's winning. And we had that for much of my first year. We had the greatest economy in history in our first term. We can now call it a first term. We had the greatest economy in the history of our country, maybe in the history of any country, frankly. And we did things that nobody could have done, and we're going to do them even better now. We're going to be drilling, as we say, drill, baby, drill. We're going to drill, baby, drill. But we're going to be doing a lot more than drilling. But I also want to give a very special thanks to everyone at Turning Point Action who outworked and outsmarted. Always outsmart. You gotta be smart too, and outorganized the radical left opposition. We had very strong opposition, not in terms of numbers, but I will tell you something's happened because that was a big defeat for them. That nobody expected the numbers. You know what happened? The pollsters went around, and whenever anyone said, it's none of your business, they say, who are you voting for, or who did you vote for? They said, it's none of your business. Sometimes they said much tougher language than that, but I'm not going to get into that because I'll get in big trouble on the home front. And with Franklin Graham, please, sir. He says, please, sir, please don't use foul language. You speak so beautifully. You can do just as well. Actually, it doesn't work quite as well, but that's okay. It's just emphasis. But when they said, essentially, it's none of your business, that was a Trump vote. And they had the highest numbers of people that said that because they don't trust the press, etc. The highest numbers, and that's why the polls showed us winning, but not winning in a landslide like we did. And we sort of knew that was going to happen. We could tell by the rally signs. Look at this. Here we won. There's no reason except celebration, but that's not a bad reason, is it? And look at the crowd. They have 7,000 or 8,000 people standing outside. They can't get in. Would anybody like to give up their seat, please? Huh? You know, doing this for years, I don't think I've ever had anyone say, yes, I'll give it up. Just one person, nobody. The Democrats and the media said that Turning Point could never run a ground game. They weren't experienced. They didn't know Charlie, right? But when the ballots came in, the other side really didn't know what the hell hit them. They got hit hard. The victory was such an outstanding one, such a big one. And the other side now, and we don't want this. We want people to be happy and healthy. But they did. They lost their confidence. If you watch television now, they're all befuddled. They don't know what the hell happened. They're befuddled, to use quite a nice word that my mother used to use years ago, talking about somebody that's a mess. But they did. They've lost their confidence, and hopefully they'll lose it for a long time and then come over to our side, because we want to have them. We want to have it. And we're going to have some inauguration on the 20th. We're going to have something. It's going to be cool. Going to be cool. But something happened also in the election. All 50 states shifted toward the Republican Party, every single one of them. And together we won the largest share of African-American voters of any Republican in modern history. Actually, in history. We won more Hispanic American votes than any Republican ever, and we won the vote. We won the Latino men. Who's a Latino man? Do we have any Latino men? Now, you're not a Latino man. Very beautiful woman, but a man you are not. Of course, nowadays, who the hell knows? But we won the Hispanic. I call Hispanic. I always said, do you like Latino or Hispanic? Let's go. Let's do a free poll. Who likes to be called Latino? Okay, that's what's always happening. Listen to this. Who likes to be called Hispanic? Well, not as good as you. But we won half of all voters aged 18 to 29. There's never been anything like that. We won by 36 young people. And we got the highest share of youth vote of any Republican ever before in history. And we had great people. You know, my son Barron said, Dad, you got to see this one, that one, this one. He said he likes Joe Rogan a lot, too. He said, you got to see Joe Rogan. Dad, you got to do an interview with these people. And he is a sort of a feel for young people. I guess that's a nice thing to have when you're young. But he has a feel for it. And it was amazing. So we got the highest vote ever for a Republican candidate. We won by 36 points with young people. That never happens. A Republican loses by 36 or 40. So I'm going to have to start thinking about TikTok. I think we're going to have to start thinking. Because, you know, we did go on TikTok, and we had a great response with billions of views, billions and billions of views. They brought me a chart, and it was a record, and it was so beautiful to see. And as I looked at it, I said, maybe we got to keep this sucker around a little while. You know, who wants to? Oh, look, I see Sheriff Joe. Sheriff Joe, could we use you on the border? Stand up. Sheriff Joe. Look at that. He had no problems with the border. You could straighten your border out in 2 minutes. We'll put Sheriff Joe over there. And and you're looking good, Joe. You're looking good. And we miss your wife, right? Your great wife. She's up there proud as hell of you. But he had no border problems. You didn't have any border problems. And we'll do that very shortly for you. We're going to have, you have a governor that doesn't know what the hell she's doing. You have people that don't know what they're doing. And we're going to change it, because your border is a disaster. Your border is a disaster, what's going on. And you just have a few days to wait. We're going to be fully operational, I would say, by about 2 o'clock on the 20th. 20th of January. With your help, we gained 23 points with voters under the age of even 25. Think of that. We gained 23 points, and In the election of 2024, our movement not only won a mandate, but we built new American majorities all over the place and will define our country's future. I believe it's going to define our country's future for generations to come. That's going to happen. It's, there's some people called up that are great people, actually. Great business leaders called, a lot of them. And some of them weren't exactly on my side, but they're on my side now. But they said there's a light over not only the country right now, but over the entire world. And it is happening. And we want to get some of these wars that would have never happened, like Russia, Ukraine would have never happened. Israel would have never been attacked, would have never happened. We wouldn't have inflation. We wouldn't have had that Afghanistan horror show, that horrible, the way we left, leaving billions of dollars of equipment behind and 13 soldiers. And, nobody ever mentions, and I mention because I love them, and they're all watching right now. 48 soldiers that were horrifically injured. Nobody ever, they lived, and they don't talk about them, but these are incredible warriors that were hurt so badly with the legs and the arms and the face, and hurt so badly. 48 of them. And we love you. You're listening, and we love you. We're not forgetting you. And for all of us standing before you today, I can proudly proclaim that the golden age of America is upon us. It's going to be a golden age. There's a spirit that we have now that we didn't have just a short while ago. Sadly, we didn't have. Well, who the hell can have spirit? Watching women get beat up in a boxing ring? I don't think that's spirit, right? We're going to end that one quick. We're going to end it very quickly. We're going to end that one very quickly. Since the election, the stock market has broken one record after another. The biggest gain of stock market after an election in history. That's a good sign. In a single month, small business optimism soared 41 points, which is a record. That's a record. Bitcoin has surged to an all-time record high of $108,000. Congratulations. Congratulations. And just last week, in an overwhelming statement of confidence in our leadership, the CEO of SoftBank, a very highly respected man in Asia, Masayoshi Son, you probably saw it announced that he will be investing, and only because I won the election, he made that clear, only because he has confidence in the United States, between $100 billion and $200 billion. And he's going to be investing. It's equal to about 100,000 jobs at least. And all over the world, people are investing now. They're starting the investments, and it's going to be a beautiful thing with the jobs. But they're calling it the Trump effect because even before taking office, we're already bringing in the jobs and opportunity and safety and common sense back to the USA. We're bringing common sense back. Maybe that's the most important thing. I think common sense is the most important thing, but not only are we seeing it at home, but we're seeing it abroad as well. The European Union is suddenly talking about buying vast quantities of natural, American, beautiful natural gas. Is beautiful, and it's very inexpensive. It's a lot less expensive than windmills all over the place. A lot less expensive. But I've informed Mexico and Canada that they will have to step up and stop the illegal aliens and illegal drugs from pouring into our country. Have to stop. And that goes for the European Union, and it goes for many other places. European Union's treated us very, very badly. We have hundreds of billions of dollars with deficits. They don't take our cars. They don't take our agricultural product, but we take theirs. And they've got to be careful. They can't treat us that way. They're not going to be treating us that way for long, that I can tell you. Because we're not going to let them turn the United States into a dumping ground. We're not going to let it happen. We pay Canada in subsidies and deficits over $150 billion a year. And you say, why are we doing that? Why are we paying Canada $150 billion? Essentially, we're paying Canada, and we love Canada. I have so many friends. Yeah, I love Canada. I love it. But why are we spending $150 billion on Canada? Yet Canada allows people and drugs to flood in through our northern border. You know, we have a northern border that's not doing so well either. Likewise, people are coming in from Mexico in numbers that have never, ever been seen before. We had 21 million people come in over the past 4 years. Think of that, 21 million people. And you see a lot of these people should not be here. They come from mental institutions and prisons from all over the world, not just South America. Hundreds of thousands more are racing to get across before January 20th. You got to see it. And I was very strong with Mexico. I spoke to the new president, who was lovely, wonderful woman, and President Scheinbaum. Wonderful woman, actually. But I said, you can't do this to our country. We're not going to take it anymore. You can't do it. But I've informed Mexico that it just cannot continue. We're not going to let it continue. The United States has lost 300,000 people a year. Think of that. I don't know. I mean, how many people, everybody you meet said, I lost my daughter, I lost my son to drugs, to fentanyl, mostly to fentanyl, but to drugs. Families are being destroyed, and we're going to stop it. We're not going to let that happen. And we're also going to be doing something that's, I think, going to help a lot. We're going to do very big advertising campaigns, just like a campaign for running for president. We spend a lot of money, but it'll be a very small amount of money relatively. We're going to advertise how bad drugs are for you, how bad they are. They ruin your look, they ruin your face, they ruin your skin, and ruin your teeth. If you want to have horrible teeth, take a lot of fentanyl. If you want to have skin that looks so terrible, take fentanyl. We're going to show what these drugs are doing to you. Nobody's done that before, and we're going to do it. And that is, it's going to be like running a political campaign, just like running for president, just like we just did. We had some pretty good ads, right? We explained what these people have done, how they're destroying our country. I mean, who would let millions of people pour in from prisons and jails and mental institutions, and I always say insane asylums? You know, the press gave me a hard time because sometimes I'd use the name Hannibal Lecter. They said, why does he mention Hannibal Lecter? That has nothing to do with it. Why would he? I mean, are they stupid? The fact is that we don't want Hannibal Lecter. You know what that is? Silence of the Lambs. We don't want Hannibal Lecter, Dr. Hannibal Lecter in our country, do we, huh? And you know what happened when they went to the voting booth? Or, unfortunately, if they signed their mail-in ballot, we got by it. We got to change all of that stuff. We got to have great, fair, confident elections. But when they went into the booth or they signed their ballot, they said, Hannibal Lecter, that's a bad guy. We don't want him here. They knew that. They didn't like that. They didn't like that I used them because it's a very good example. It's like incredible what they do. We need borders, we need fair elections, and we need a free and fair press. And we're going to try getting all of them. As another example of the things we're doing and looking at, it's such a terrible thing is happening. The Panama Canal is considered a vital national asset for the United States of America due to its critical role of American economy, the whole world economy, and also national security. The Panama Canal. Has anyone ever heard of the Panama Canal? Huh? Because we're being ripped off at the Panama Canal like we're being ripped off everywhere else. Secure, he just said take it back. That's a good idea. Where do you come from, sir? He doesn't come from Panama. Yeah, good. A secure Panama Canal is crucial for U.S. commerce and rapid deployment of the Navy from the Atlantic all the way to the Pacific. It's an incredible thing, and drastically cut shipping times down to U.S. ports by days and even weeks. The United States is the #1 user of the Panama Canal, with over 72% of all transits heading to or from U.S. ports. Think of that. So we built it. We're the ones that use it. They gave it away. Considered one of the one of the great wonders of the world. The Panama Canal opened for business 110 years ago and was built at huge cost to the United States, and it really is big when you consider the lives and the treasure, the equivalent of $1.2 trillion today. You don't hear those numbers. 38,000 American men, almost all men, they went there to be construction workers and dig. They were diggers, and they were brave. 38,000 men died from infected mosquitoes in the jungles of Panama during the construction period. Think of that. We lost 38,000 men. Teddy Roosevelt was president of the United States at the time of its building and understood the strength of naval power and trade. When President Jimmy Carter foolishly gave it away for $1. During his term in office, it was solely for Panama to manage and not for China or any other country to manage. You see what's going on there? China. It was likewise not given for Panama to charge the United States, its Navy, and its corporations doing business within our country exorbitant prices and rates of passage, which they do. They charge us like it's a disgrace. Our Navy and Commerce have been treated in a very unfair and injudicious way. The fees being charged by Panama are ridiculous, highly unfair, especially knowing the extraordinary generosity that has been bestowed to Panama, I say very foolishly, by the United States. This complete ripoff of our country will immediately stop. It's going to stop. The United States has a big and vested interest in the secure, efficient, and reliable operation of the Panama Canal. And that was always understood when they gave it to Panama. Can you believe that? We would never have done it if we thought what's happening now can happen, and we would never, and we will never, ever let it fall into the wrong hands. But it's falling into the wrong hands. It was not given for the benefit of others by a token of cooperation, but it was given to Panama and to the people of Panama, but it has provisions. You got to treat us fairly, and they haven't treated us fairly. If the principles, both moral and legal, of this magnanimous gesture of giving are not followed, then we will demand that the Panama Canal be returned to the United States of America in full, quickly, and without question. I'm not going to stand for it. So to the officials of Panama, please be guided accordingly. William McKinley, the 25th President of the United States, was because of the vast sums of money that he brought into our country, the person really who got us the money that President Theodore Roosevelt used to build the Panama Canal and a lot of other things. McKinley was a very good, maybe a great president. They took his name off Mount McKinley, right? That's what they do to people. Now, he was a great president, very good president at a minimum. He was a very good businessman. He was a businessman, then a governor, very successful businessman, and then he ran for president, and he won. And he was able to use business principles, and he was a strong believer in tariffs. And we were actually probably wealthiest of any time, relatively speaking, at any point in the history of our country. In the 1890s, we were so wealthy, we had commissions set up what to do with all the money that we were taking in. We had no income tax. We only had tariffs. I consider that to be the most beautiful word in the dictionary. But President McKinley was the president that was responsible for creating a vast sum of money in the United States that Teddy Roosevelt then spent. So let's say they were both excellent presidents, but McKinley did that, and that's one of the reasons that we're going to bring back the name of Mount McKinley, because I think he deserves it. I think he deserves it. There are lots of things we can name, but I think he deserves it. That was not very gracious to somebody that did a good job. And as you know, he was assassinated. He was assassinated. We have accomplished so much in just 47 days since the election, but that's only the beginning of what we will achieve together as the 47th President of the United States of America. Over the past few weeks, I've nominated an all-star cabinet of some of the most fearless, determined, and brilliant individuals ever to step forward for public office. And we're getting great reviews, I have to say, and they're all doing well. But we're getting fantastic reviews on the people that we chose. It's we chose, because I wouldn't choose them if I didn't think you liked them. I don't have that kind of courage. You like every one of them, and everybody. I mean, people are amazed at the quality. Our Secretary Scott of the Treasury is central casting, the whole group. But to get wokeness out of our military and restore the unquestioned strength and fighting spirit of the American Armed Forces, I have appointed Pete Hegseth to be our next Secretary of Defense. He's going to be great. You know, I've interviewed with him a lot on Fox, and all he ever wanted to talk about was the military, including when we were on. He'd talk about the military. He'd talk about how unfairly our soldiers were treated. Can I give a pardon to this one or that one who was treated so unfairly? They teach them to be fighting machines, and then when they fight, they want to put them in jail for 35 years. And he was very strong on that. That's all he wanted to talk about, really, and it just seemed so natural to me. Plus, he had a great education, went to Princeton and Harvard, was a tremendous student, and he's a very vibrant, strong guy. I think he's going to be great. He's doing well to make our intelligence community respected even more. I don't even think the word even is right, because we had some bad years with these people. But we're going to do something. We're going to stop looking at all of these horrible foreign wars that we've gotten ourselves through stupidity. We're in wars at countries that nobody ever even heard of before. And we're going to be smart. We're going to be guided by strength. We're going to have peace through strength like we had. I had no wars other than I wiped out ISIS. We wiped out ISIS in a small fraction. They said it was going to take 5 years. It took 4 weeks. We have a great military, not the ones you see on television, the real generals. But I've nominated Tulsi Gabbard as our Director of National Intelligence. And to be our next Secretary of Health and Human Services, I decided, look, something's going on here. When you look at, like, autism from 25 years ago, and you look at it now, something's going on, and I nominated Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Think of it. Think of this. 25 years ago, autism, 1 in 10,000 children. Today, it's 1 in 36 children. Is something wrong? I think so. And Robert and I and all, we're going to figure it out. But did you ever hear numbers like that? Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Likewise, there's been a 25% increase in childhood cancer and a staggering increase in chronic diseases. So together we're going to make America healthy again. We're going to make America healthy again. Something's happening. Something bad is happening. And to end the weaponization of law enforcement and restore fair, equal, and impartial justice, we will have an outstanding new Attorney General in Pam Bondi. She's fantastic. She is fantastic. Known her a long time. And I'm very pleased to report that Christopher Wray is on his way out. He's resigned. And he will soon be replaced by our next FBI director, somebody who I think is going to be one of the greatest, maybe the greatest director of them all, Kash Patel. I campaigned on an agenda of delivering profound change to Washington, and last month the American people voted for change like they'd never voted before, and in overwhelming numbers that nobody saw coming. I saw coming, because I think we all saw coming. When you went to the rallies, you saw that. We'd have, like we had in New Jersey, 107,000 people, and they'd go out the next day and they'd have 30 people, maybe 40 if they were lucky. And then I heard how it was going to be a close race. I said, why is that? Why is that? I don't quite get that. But now the Republican Senate majority is working very hard to confirm my nominees, and we appreciate it. And with the help of this dream team cabinet, and we have so many others I won't bother mentioning, but you know every one of them, we're going to embark on the most exciting and successful period of reform and renewal in all of American history. We're going to do something that's going to be really, really special. You're going to be so happy. And as you know, I made a series of big day one promises in my campaign. You know them just as well as I do. And 29 days from now, I intend to keep those promises to the American people. And just as we did 4 years ago, my administration will live by the motto, promises made, promises kept. We did keep our promises. And there's a new hat, there's a brand new hat that's out. I saw it yesterday, the first time, and it's selling like hotcakes. It says, Trump was right about everything. And I don't want to brag, but we were right about just about everything, including foreign policy, these crazy wars that we're in. One of the things I want to do, and quickly, and President Putin said that he wants to meet with me as soon as possible. So we have to wait for this, but we have to end that war. That war is a horrible, horrible, that the soldiers, the number of soldiers being killed, it's a flat plane, and the bullets are going, and there's powerful bullets, powerful guns, and the only thing that's going to stop them is the human body. They go dead flat land. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Millions of soldiers have died now. Millions. We're seeing numbers that are just crazy. Got to stop it. It's ridiculous. Would have never happened if I was president. That war would have never happened. And October 7th, Israel would have never happened either. So much. Our country would be so different and the world would be so different. But it's not. So we have to make it great. We're going to make it great. We're going to do it as quickly as we can. On my first day back in the Oval Office, I will sign a historic slate of executive orders to close our border to illegal aliens and stop the invasion of our country. And on that same day, we will begin the largest deportation operation in American history, larger even than that of President Dwight D. Eisenhower. And as part of Operation Aurora, you know all about Aurora, how horrible that's been. Every single foreign gang and illegal alien member, all of this criminal network operating on American soil will be dismantled, deported, and destroyed. Going to get them out. Think of it. They sent their gang members to us. Busload after busload. We had an open border. They're gang members. They're drug dealers. They're drug addicts. people that were sick, people that were healthy, and what the hell was that? You get the little yips up here every once in a while. I wonder why. It was a strange sound. Heard some very strange sounds. Every foreign gang member will be expelled, and I will immediately designate the cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. We're going to do it immediately. And we'll unleash the full power of federal law enforcement, ICE, Border Patrol. How good is, by the way, how good is Tom Homan, right? He's phenomenal. I've known him a long time. I'll bet you Sheriff Joe likes Tom Homan, right? Sheriff Joe, yes? Yep. He goes, yep. The DEA, the FBI, the intelligence community, and financial sanctions to remove the migrant gangs and criminals that are killing and raping and maiming our citizens. We're going to get them out. We're going to get them out. We're going to get them out fast. We have no choice. We have no choice, by the way. I don't want to do that, but we have no choice. Last thing I want to do could have been so much easier. The election wasn't rigged. It would have been a much different thing. But this will show something. This is going to show how we do it and how good we are. You know, we showed how the opposite philosophy runs a country, and it wasn't good. They had an approval rating today. It was 14%. Nobody's ever had an approval rating of 14. That's the lowest approval rating. And we're going to have a very high, in fact, we already have a very high approval rating. We're way up, way up, higher than almost anybody, higher than anybody as of this morning. We will end the occupation, and January 20th will truly be Liberation Day in America. Is that okay? Liberation Day. And this great liberation will be in honor of all of the victims of migrant crime and all of the angel moms and angel dads who have lost their really incredible kids that, you know, they're going around for years and years. And I talk to them all the time. I know so many of them. And many of them are here. And we can just say, we love you. We're with you. They had so little help from the politicians on the other side. We're joined today by Patty Moran, the mother of Rachel Moran, who you know all about, a beautiful mother of 5 who was murdered by an illegal alien monster who entered our country under the open border policies of the Biden administration. Your borders are always not too good. Your borders are, that was not Tom Homan, I can tell you. But Patty, those days are over, and they will soon be over. I hope we're just not going to have, how can you say never again, but we're going to have as few as possible. It's going to be rough, and it's going to be rough on the ones that do that kind of damage to you and to our country. Where is Patty? Is she here someplace? I just want to thank her. Hi, Patty. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it. Thank you, Larry. You want to come up for a second, Patty? Huh? Do you want to come up? I had lunch with Patty, and she suffered greatly. I said, let me help you with your eyes, because I want to help her with her eyes. She has an eye situation that can be fixed with some medical help. Many of them can't be fixed. I said, Patty, get your eyes taken care of. I'll take care of it. Just get it done. I hope you got it done. Did you have them done yet? Did you have it done yet, Patty? That's great. You look good, Patty. Be careful. Did you have your eyes done yet, Patty? Huh? You get them done, okay? Okay, good. She's going to get them done in January. Good.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. The first time I met President Trump in person, he invited us to lunch, my attorney and I. And to be honest, I didn't do anything. I just sat there. I didn't really speak. because I wanted to watch the man and listen to what he had to say and what his conversation was like, because I knew he wasn't a politician, but I knew that he had been president before, and I wanted to see if he was a real, authentic man who actually cared for the American people. And so I watched him. I watched how he interacted. I also watched how much his staff really respected him and how much his staff loved working for him. But the thing that changed the way that I looked at him as a person was I realized that he was a dad, that he was a grandfather. And when you spoke to him, you could see in his eyes that he genuinely cared about his fellow human being. But the thing I appreciate the most is that he heard the cries of a mother. And he cared. And he made a promise that he was going to protect us and that he was going to help us. And that's all you can ask from your president, but also just from a fellow human being. And so I personally, I am so honored to know this man and to think of you as a friend.
Thank you very much. He's been through hell. Who wouldn't be? I mean, so many people, so many, I call them angel moms, and they go through hell. And many of them say it doesn't get any better, but we have to hope it does get better. Also with us is a very special guy, the president of the National Border Patrol Council, Paul Perez. He's incredible. He's doing a fantastic job, and he wants to do the job right. Hey, Paul, come on up here, Paul, quickly. Paul, in 1 month, the Patriots of Border Patrol will once again have a president who will back you and will have you, and we're going to work together as we have done in the past. You know, we had the safest border in the history of our country. And you remember the famous sign that I pulled down? That sign was about how good the border was. I haven't used that sign much lately. Well, we won, so I guess I don't have to use it, but we really do have to use it, because the fact is that we have to have strong, safe borders, and we have to have men like this and women who are doing an unbelievable job. I've gotten to know a lot of them. I'll tell you what, they're tougher than I am. I don't want to mess with them, right? But this man has done as the head, and also replacing a very good guy. We know that, right? And he's going to have a good life. I hope he's going to, because he was a very special guy, and you're a very special guy. Say a few words, please, Paul.
I mean, we're back. America is back. The strength and security that Donald Trump brings to the White House is what we've needed. He's done it before. He's going to do it again. We're going to make all of these communities safe. And like Tom Homan said, if you're not going to help, get the hell out of the way. Donald Trump is by far the best president in the history of this country, and he's going to show everybody exactly why. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Paul, and everybody, and Brandon, Judd, and all of the people. They do such an incredible job. We're also pleased to be joined by a man who just also, we really did well in Texas. And I heard Ted's speech. And he can come up and speak more if he wants, or he can just, you know, Ted's going to be going to a big event in a little while. Where's Ted Cruz? Is he here? He's here someplace. Ted? Ted? Oh, he's in trouble. Oh. He's in trouble. No, he was here. Oh, good. He's not in trouble.
Keep Texas, Texas. Amen. And I've got to say, this election has given President Donald J. Trump, a Republican Senate and a Republican House, a clear mandate to deliver on our promises. One month from today, President Trump will secure the border. We are going to bring back jobs. We are going to lower prices. We are going to protect American families. We are going to put criminals in jail. We are going to keep our kids safe. We are going to end foreign wars with victory. And I'll tell you, Mr. President, the results of this election, 7 battleground states, you won all 7. The people elected a Republican Senate and a Republican House to have your back, and we are going to deliver results. And if I can speak parochially for a minute, one of the most consequential things that happened in this race in Texas, you won profoundly in Texas, and both you and I won a majority of Hispanic votes in the great state of Texas. That is unprecedented. That is generational change, and it demonstrates that we are going to protect our nation. We are going to bring our country back, and we are going to make America great again.
He's actually a great guy. Was really out there working. Oh, I'm so glad he was here. Oh, that was an amazing moment. Oh, we want to thank him. He had a great race and did a fantastic job against like 250 million spent against him. But Texas was very special, and it will remain very special. It's doing really excellent people, great people. And the governor's doing a fantastic job in Texas. Your senator, Dan Patrick, and everybody's doing, Attorney General. Also, I want to bring up, if I could, or just say hello to him. He's on the outskirts, because you got a lot of people in this room. You got a lot more people outside than you have in the room. The RNC chairman, Michael Watley, who was so fantastic in what he did with Laura. The two of them were so great. Where's Michael? Come on up, Michael. Come here. This guy did some job. It takes 3 things to win in a battleground state. Number 1, you got to get out the vote. Number 2, you got to protect the ballot. And number 3, you have to have a great candidate who runs a great race. The people in this room helped us get out the vote. They helped us protect the ballot. We would not have been able to win all those battleground states without you. But when it comes to having a great candidate who runs a great race, there is simply nobody better ever than the 45th and now 47th President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump. Thank you. Thank you very much. He really has, and Laura have done an incredible job. What a pleasure. They were fighting. They had so many lawyers. They were fighting the enemy like you wouldn't believe. I mentioned Tom Homan, but special, he's going to do so well. A friend of mine who I haven't seen in a little while, Matt Gaetz, is here. Where's Matt? He's around here someplace. Matt Gaetz. He's got a big career set up. And I just want to say hello to Matt and Arizona GOP Chair Gina Swoboda. Wow, she is very... Gina, where's Gina? Because we're going to be backing Gina to run again. There she is, Gina. Gina, are you going to run again? Yes? Because if you do, you have my endorsement. So that should be good. Thank you. Thank you, darling. Great job you've done. A great professional golfer, a friend of mine. He's really a good golfer. Tom Pernice is here someplace. Tom, wherever you may be. Hello, Tom. Don't play him in golf. Play him in other things, but not golf. Trish Dugan is here, who is just a fantastic. Where is Trish? She's one of my great friends. Thank you very much. Has she helped? Trish has helped us so at a level that very few people can even dream of. So I want to thank you very much. Trish Duggan, please. Thanks. Where's Trish? Thank you, Trish. I think I see Carrie Lake. Is that Carrie Lake? Yes. Hi, Carrie. Stand up, Carrie. Why? Why? Good job. Worked hard. She's a good woman. And she's going to be doing something very big. Maybe bigger. It's a big one that you have, so good luck with it. You're going to do well. And turn that around like nobody ever saw before, so thank you very much for accepting it. Sergio Gore, a friend of mine who's doing a fabulous job leading the presidential personnel. He's really working hard. Where's Sergio? Is he around here someplace? Sergio, where is he? Hi, Sergio. Good job you're doing. We have some big announcements over the next few days, too, big ones. A great actor has been with us for a long time when it wasn't fashionable. Rob Schneider. Rob. He was here with a few of his friends when it wasn't quite as fashionable, right, Rob? But you were here. Thank you very much. Great job you're doing, too. Karen Robeson. Where is Karen? Karen is here, and she's, I hear, running for governor. She's going to be running for governor. Where's Karen? Hi, Karen. Hello, Karen. Are you running for governor? I think so, Karen, because if you do, you're going to have my support, okay? You're going to have my support. A man that is very non-controversial, very unique. He really is a unique person, but he doesn't like controversy. His name is Steve Bannon. Has anyone ever heard of him? Where's Steve? Hello. Hi, Steve. A big, powerful voice he's got. His show is phenomenal. War Room. And thank you, Steve. Nobody likes Steve. Thank you very much, Steve. And a Phoenix police officer who was shot 8 times in the line of duty, Tyler Moldovan, who I just saw backstage. Where's Tyler? Oh, he's got to be right there. There he is. Hi, Tyler. Thank you, Tyler. Hi, Tyler. Wow. Thank you, Tyler. Eight times. Can you believe that? Think of that. 8 times and he's looking great. Thank you very much. And to your family, beautiful wife. With a stroke of my pen on day 1, we're going to stop the transgender lunacy. And I will sign executive orders to end child sexual mutilation, get transgender out of the military and out of our elementary schools and middle schools and high schools. And we will keep men out of women's sports. And that will likewise be done on day 1. Should I do day 1, day 2, or day 3? How about day 1, right? Under the Trump administration, it will be the official policy of the United States government that there are only 2 genders, male and female. Doesn't sound too complicated, does it? To rescue our economy, I will sign day 1 orders to end all Biden restrictions on energy production, terminate his insane electric vehicle mandate, cancel his natural gas export ban, reopen ANWR in Alaska, the biggest site potentially anywhere in the world, and declare a national energy emergency. And do we have great people in energy, head of energy, Chris Wright, and Doug Burgum is the interior. And I merged both of them. You know, the energy had no energy. It just had the right to do energy. And interior had all the energy, but it didn't have the right to drill. So I merged them. And they're great friends. They're both very talented people. We're going to have so much oil and gas and other things, you won't know what to do with it. You'll say, please, President Trump, stop. We have too much. The prices are going too low, sir. Remember, we were $1.84 a gallon gasoline. Wouldn't that be nice? I will direct every cabinet secretary to cut 10 old regulations for every new regulation, which I did last time. We'll be getting rid of a lot of... Last term, for me, we did something special. We cut more regulations by 4 times than any other president in history, and we're going to top that record. Some of those ridiculous regulations were immediately put back on, and they were just hurting our country. That's why we had the best job numbers ever, because of what we did with regulation. You know, we cut taxes more than any president in history, and we cut regulations more than any president in history. And when I asked the people that run the big companies, which is more important, cutting the taxes or cutting the regulations, every single one of them so far has said the regulations were more important for jobs and everything else. Who would think that? But I will order federal workers to get back to the office in person or be terminated from the job immediately. And we will create the new Department of Government Efficiency headed by Elon Musk. And no, he's not taking the presidency. I like having smart people. You know, they're on a new kick. Russia, 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 Ukraine, 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 all the different hoaxes. And the new one is, President Trump has ceded the presidency to Elon Musk. No, that's not happening. But Elon's done an amazing job. Isn't it nice to have smart people that we can rely on? Right? Don't we want that? He's done a great job. And I'll tell you, he landed that rocket a few months ago. It landed, it's coming down so fast, 17,000 miles an hour, he says, and coming down, it looks like it's getting ready. And then all of a sudden, the jets go on, it slows it down, then it's almost stopped it. And it guides it over left, right, up, high, down. I said, what the hell's going on? Because nobody ever saw this before. And then it has the big gantry, very expensive. It looks like it's going to be smashed to smithereens. And then those jet engines roared from the bottom. It's coming in this way, a little hot. And the engines, blah, pushed it straight, it landed. And it was like you're hugging a beautiful baby. Baby. No, not that baby. But it was the most incredible thing. And then he got into his car and or plane or whatever, however he went, and he went to Pennsylvania, and he stayed up there for a month and helped us to win that state, which we won by a lot. So he was really good. And he supplied Starlink for North Carolina when they had no form of communication. They said, "Sir, do you know Elon Musk?" "Yeah." "Well, we can't get Starlink. It's very hard to get." And I called Elon, "We have to get some up there. You got to get some up there." And he got over 2,000 units. It's a lot. And they flooded it with Starlink, and it was so good. It saved a lot of lives, so we want to thank him. But no, he's not going to be president, that I can tell you. And I'm safe. You know why? He can't be. He wasn't born in this country. But the fake news knows that. He's a great guy, and we want to have him. Everybody, so many people are in this audience that have helped, so to an extent that you wouldn't believe. But we're going to bring transparency and accountability back to our government, and we'll be very soon. You're going to see it drain the swamp. We're going to be draining that swamp at levels never seen before. And I hope everybody goes home and reads the congressional report on the criminal activities of the Unselect Committee of Political Thugs, J6 Committee. What they did is so illegal. And Congress has done a fantastic job on that. They just put out a report. They call it an interim report. It's brutal. On them, not on me, on them. And it's terrible. What they've done to this country is just absolutely terrible. But we'll end the left's campaign of racial discrimination and restore equality to our land and all over our land. And you see that happening so much with the vote and the kind of vote we got. Nobody ever expected anything like that. And I'll end all of the Marxist diversity, equity, and inclusion policies across the entire federal government immediately. And at the same time, we will ban these unlawful policies from we're going to ban them from the private sector as well. In America, we believe in the merit system, and now because of the major decision handed down recently by the Supreme Court, our country has again gone back to the merit system. That's what made our country great. And I want to just thank the Supreme Court, because that took a great deal of courage for them to do that. And some people were surprised by it, but that's what made us great. Merit made us great. I will direct our military to begin construction of the great Iron Dome missile defense shield, which will be made all in the USA, much of it right here in Arizona. You know, Ronald Reagan wanted to do it many, many years ago, but they didn't really have the technology. It's lucky that he didn't, because they didn't, but they have it now. We can knock a needle out of the sky. And as Commander-in-Chief, I will restore the proud and historic names of our great military bases like Fort Bragg. We're going to get them back. And woke has to stop. Because along with everything else, it's destroying our country. We're going to stop woke. Woke is bullshit. As an example, in addition to the military bases, I understand they want to now rename 14 ships. We want to rename them. Some of these ships have had a great and glorious past. They want to take the name off and put another name down. Oh, I can imagine whose name they're going to put up. Not going to happen with me. It's not happening with me, I can promise you that. The actions I have described today are just a small preview of the common sense revolution, because that's what I call it, a common sense revolution that's coming soon to America, to a theater near you, right? But it's coming to you through your president, Donald J. Trump. The people have given us their trust, and in return, we're going to give them the best day one, the biggest first week, and the most extraordinary first 100 days of any president in American history. And in conclusion, on January 20th, the United States will turn the page forever on 4 long, horrible years of failure, incompetence, national decline, and we will inaugurate a new era of peace, prosperity, and national greatness. It's going to be national greatness. It will be something very, very special. And you could use a little of that because you haven't seen any of it in 4 years. What's happened to our country is so sad. We're going to cut your taxes, end inflation, slash your prices, raise your wages, and bring thousands of factories roaring back to America and right back here to Arizona. Because when I agreed to do this, and I had to do it for Charlie because he's special, but I said, Charlie, I'll do it, but this has to be also a real tribute to Arizona because they gave us such a big win. And I said, I'll get in my plane at 4:45 in the morning, and I'll fly here, but we have to really acknowledge and take care of the people of Arizona because you were fantastic. And I just want to thank you for that big win. Not an easy win. And we're going to build American. We're going to buy American, and we will hire American. I will end the war in Ukraine. I will stop the chaos in the Middle East, and I will prevent, I promise, World War III. And we're very close to World War III. We will crush violent crime. We're going to stop violent crime. We're going to have to be tough. Please get ready. You're going to have to be tough. We can't let this happen. Our cities are crumbling. And give our police the support, protection, resources, and respect they so dearly deserve. And I rebuilt our entire military at a level that it had never been. Unfortunately, we gave a big chunk of it to Afghanistan. You believe that one? What a terrible thing. But we will, again, rebuild those sections of our military that have been so badly hurt. Plus, we give so much of it away. You know, when I came in the last time, we had no ammunition. Can you believe it? I was greeted with a general, sir, we're very low, almost no ammunition. He said, keep it quiet. Let's not let the enemy know that. That doesn't sound too good. Steve Bannon would say, that's not a good thing. No ammunition is not good, right, Steve? And I built so much ammunition so fast, nobody's ever seen anything like it. We give a lot of our ammunition away, as you know. And we have to take care of ourselves. We have to protect ourselves. And we have to make our country great. We just can't keep doing what we're doing. Especially when these wars never had to start. They never had to start. We will rebuild our once great cities, including our capital in Washington, D.C., making them safe, clean, and beautiful again, and we'll do it quickly. We'll teach our children to love our country, to honor our history, and to always respect our great American flag. We will get critical race theory and transgender insanity the hell out of our schools, and we're going to get it out of our schools very fast. I will defend religious liberty, I will restore free speech, and I will defend the right to keep and bear arms. And after years of building up foreign nations, defending foreign borders, and protecting foreign lands, we are finally going to build up our country, defend our borders, and protect our citizens. We're going to protect our citizens. And we will stop illegal immigration once and for all is going to stop. You're not going to have an invasion of our country any longer. That will stop in just a few very short weeks. We will not be occupied. We will not be overrun. We will not be conquered. We will be a free and proud nation again, a nation led by competent people, a nation that we can be proud of. We're going to be so proud of our nation. We already are. It's already happened. Remember what I said. There's new light all over the world, not just here. All over the world. Everyone will prosper. Every family will thrive, and every day will be filled with opportunity and hope, and will be filled with a thing called the American dream. You can have the American dream back. For the past 9 years, you and I fought side by side against the most sinister and corrupt forces on earth. And in our magnificent victory on November 5th, you showed them once and for all that this nation does not belong to them. This nation belongs to you. What happened? It was hardworking patriots like you who built this country. And in 2024, it was hardworking patriots like you who turned out and voted and saved our country. That's what happened. After all we have been through together, we now stand on the verge of the 4 greatest years in American history. We're going to make these the 4 greatest years in the history of our country. With your help, we will restore America's promise. We will rebuild the nation that we love, and we will do it very, very fast. That's what we want. We are one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. We will never give in. We will never give up. We will never back down, and we will never, ever, ever, ever surrender. Together we will fight, 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 and we will win, win, win. We're going to win a lot. And together we will make America powerful again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America healthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you very much. And thank you, Arizona. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas.
Hey guys, ça qu'a fait c'est Maestro que vous s'oublie nous moi même ka mes amis moi gon bonne nouvelle pour ou même qui t'a rete informé sur toute nouvelle qui passé à l'étranger ou bien en Haïti, eh bien li pa l'autre côté c'est branché Chanel pour là qui c'est MPH01. Là, yo bonne nouvelle là sans vous monter clean et puis propre et yo informé ou tout sur tout ça qui passé sur question immigration dans pays États-Unis. Invitez amour à l'abonner kounya, activer la cloche notification pour pas rater aucune vidéo Léo Lage. Yo live 2 fois pendant la journée. 7h30 dans matin et puis 3h30 dans la soirée. Invitez amour faire ça, c'est m'kak vous. Là, pas de nouvelle là sans vous monter. Aïe